Now let's look at this example where company A has a net income of $100,000 and they have paid a cash dividend to the preferred shareholders to an extent of $10,000 and another $5,000 was paid to the common shareholders as dividend. In addition, we are also provided data regarding the shares during the year. There were 75,000 at the beginning and another 50,000 were issued on 1st of July. So what is the basic EPS? Let's try to kind of formulate and look at what will be the basic EPS of company A. So going back to a formula, the formula is net income minus the preferred dividends divided by the weighted average common shares. Okay, so let's find out the numerator first. What is the net income? Net income is $100,000. What is the amount of preferred dividends that has been given? That is $10,000. Now there's an interesting data that is also provided. In addition to this, there was another cash dividend of $5,000 that was given. So should we subtract this 5,000? The answer would be no. We do not take this 5,000 into consideration because this is what accrues to the common shareholders. So we want to have a numerator which accrues to the common shareholders. So this number should be before the dividends are paid to the common shareholders. So the numerator comes out to be 90,000 in our case. Okay, now let's look at what is the story behind the shares data of company A. So let's try to kind of map this. At the start of the year, the number of shares were 75,000. This was in the month of Jan, and on 1st of July we saw that another 50,000 was issued for the remaining part of the year. So till this existed till the month of December. Now what will be the weighted average number of shares? So in order to do that, would suggest if you would try to make this table of this sort. First, number of shares, and then look at what is the fraction, and third is the contribution. So I'll just explain what this is all about. We are trying to create a table where along with the date we write the number of shares and the fraction of time for which it is valid and its ultimate contribution. So let's look at what happens here. I'll put the date as 1st Jan, and on 1st of Jan the number of shares was 75,000. Till how many months was this 75,000 valid during the year? So if you look at 75,000, the number of months between January and end of June, this will be 6 months. So this will be 6 months, and the fraction of the year would be 6 by 12. So this is actually 75,000 is existing for almost half of the year, and the contribution would be nothing but 75,000 multiplied by 6 by 12. So this is 75,000 multiplied by 0.5, so this comes out to be 37,500. Now what happens on 1st of July? 1st of July, the number of shares that are totally outstanding would be 75,000 plus 50,000, so this would come out to be 125,000. So these are total number of shares outstanding as on a specific date. So additional 75,000, 50,000 were issued, so it comes out to be 125,000 here, and the fraction for which these number of shares were existing, this is 6 by 12. So this number comes out to be 62,500. So what we'll do is, in order to find the weighted average, we'll just add these two up. So this comes out to be 100,000 as the total number of shares outstanding. This table turns out to be pretty useful. We'll look at a couple of more cases regarding how these tables can be used. Now let's calculate the basic EPS. EPS would be the numerator, which we have as 90,000, and the denominator. So denominator would be weighted average common shares, that is 100,000. So this comes out to be $0.9 as an EPS.